Hey friends, welcome back to the Craft Castle. Excuse the super dirty Glowforge. It's really gross in here, but I am working on a pizza peel engraving and I wanted to show you how I get like extremely large engravings perfectly centered and straight on the boards, because obviously we won't be able to put them like this because it'll bounce, or if we do it like this, the gate won't close. I have a Glowforge Plus, so it doesn't have the trap in the back to make sure that it goes all the way through, so I'm gonna have to put it in cockeye like this. So let me show you how I get this done.
Okay, so this is where you're gonna have to go back and forth between your pizza peel and your design program just to make sure we get some lineups correctly. You are going to need just a fabric measuring tape and then a pencil for this. Pencil is best. Okay, so for my particular pizza peel, there's like a little lip right here. It like falls down. So I'm gonna go from either side of that, and from that lip to the one over here, it's like 10¼ inches. So the middle of that would be 5¼ So I'm just gonna put one little dot right at the 5¼ That is your middle mark. Okay, referencing back over into our design, my particular logo is 5.38 inches high. So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go like this. I'm gonna do 5.38, and this is where I'm just going to eyeball. If you wanted to be super technical, you could take the very top of this with the very bottom of this, which is like 11 inches, and you can do your dividing and everything like that, but I just like to eyeball it. So I like to take my fabric measuring tape, I'm gonna line it up with the center of that one line that I did, and I'm gonna do about 5.38 inches. Okay, so my logo should be about this tall, and I feel like that right here, that's a good measurement in between here and here. Again, I'm just eyeballing it. Really what I'm trying to do is make sure that my logo is straight, because you definitely don't want something that's off, that's not straight. Having it not completely centered is okay with me. It's just the ones that are like totally cockeyed. Okay, so when you have your two dots that you lightly put on there and you like the placing of that, all I do is I make my dots just a little bit darker so the Glowforge can see it. So when we put it into the Glowforge, you'll be able to see this dot and this dot. If you wanted to, that first initial dot, we could just go ahead and erase that, and then we can put this in our Glowforge.
This is the logo that I am putting on one of my pizza peels, and I need it to be perfectly centered and straight on that pizza peel, right? It's going to be super hard to get it lined up because it's going to be in the Glowforge cockeyed, and obviously this needs to be straight. My little tip for that is over here in Inkscape, I'm going to insert this circle right here. We're just going to make one, doesn't matter the size. Go over here to the left and click that arrow button. Back here on the circle, I am going to change this over from millimeters to inches. And then I'm going to do 0.1 and 0.1 again, and then press return. Okay, so I'm going to drag this one down as closest to the top as possible. I'm going to duplicate it, so Command D. I'm going to drag one down. It's going to be really hard to see, but they are crucial in a later step process. Okay, selecting both of the circles and my logo, I'm going to come over here and I'm going to make sure these are centered completely. Okay, because I want this to be an engraved file, I'm going to take that black and I'm going to make sure the fill is set to blue and that we don't have a stroke. Now those little circles right there, I am going to make sure that they are super close to the bottom of the logo and the top of the logo. And then all I'm going to do is I'm going to press save. So Command S for save. I'm going to upload my save file into the app. Now this is crucial. When it's loaded in, you want to click these three dots and do set focus. And then you want to put this on anywhere on that pizza peel. Okay, when we have set focused, I'm going to select everything, the logo and those two circles, and I'm going to drag that over. You see those little pencil circles that we did earlier that you can see now in the machine? Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to line up that one circle, and then I'm going to twist this, and I'm going to line up both circles with the pencil mark. Okay, when you have that done, you can go ahead and delete your little circles. We don't need those anymore, or you can hide them. And then I'm going to change this over from Engrave to 1000 to 60. And then instead of clicking this back button, we just want to click out of it. So it is set focused. You can see that little thing and everything looks like it should be centered. And then you just want to press ready. Okay, so when the time pops up, then all you need to do is go over to your Glowforge and press that magic button. Before you press the magic button, if you have an external fan, you always want to make sure and turn that on. Mine's over here on the side. Then you want to press that blinking light and then it'll start engraving. Midway through, this is what it looks like. It's looking so good. Now that the pizza peel is done, you can just turn off your fan and open this up. See what this looks like. Look at how cute this is. Okay, let's take this over to the table and I'll show you what else you got to do. When your pizza peel is done, you can go ahead and erase the lead marks. Sometimes it depends on the wood that you're using. It really does like to pick up the lead. So I just take either a fine grit sanding paper, mine's pretty dull, but a fine grit sandpaper, you can just sand them off, or I'm just gonna take my little Dremel, it's like an off-brand Dremel tool, put it on one of the lowest settings, and I'm just going to buff out. Okay, and then when that's done, look at how stinking cute this is. And it turned out so cute, perfectly centered in between our pizza peel, and look at that. And it's completely straight too. Haha! All right, y'all, I sure hope I inspired you to make, and I will see you later.